Society often celebrates men for being providers, protectors, and problem solvers and pillars of strength. But mostly in Ghana, it's providers. The rest of the piece, they don't look at that. Every man must be a provider. I was just telling my friend that I just noticed that I've become a sugar daddy, and at the same time, okay, I'll leave that one out. But I didn't notice that a sugar daddy will catch up with me soon. You know, because now I'm meeting people in their 30s and their 20s, and even when you say hi, they think you're good to chase them. And so the first thing is, hey, where are you taking me? Am I safe? Hey, what are you going to buy for me? I'm shocked. But the beautiful thing about being a millennial is that you have the chance to be a sugar daddy and a sugar boy at the same time. Because you have people in their 50s and 60s also liking you. And then you are also chasing the younger ones.
You know what time it is.
Tonight's conversation isn't about all of that. It's about portraying men. It's actually about portraying men. It's not about portraying men as victims, but it's about recognizing that strength also includes knowing when to speak, when to seek support, and when to admit you're struggling. Our question tonight is, when the one everyone relies on is falling apart, who do they turn to? If you've ever been the person everyone calls in a crisis, everyone expects to have the answers, or everyone assumes is doing fine, we want to hear from you, but that will be later. But now, I'm joined in the studio by a very good friend and brother of mine, Kester. Kester, your name is Ose?
Yes.
Yeah, Kester Ose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, the men's side is also there, but I seldom use it.
Okay, so you normally use Ose?
Yes.
Okay. So Kester Ose is here with Mr. Kester Ose is here with me, and we're going to, get into it. Kester, let's get into the conversation quickly. I mean, we don't have to waste the time. We've already spent 11 minutes.
Yes. So
wait,
good evening.
Before you say anything, okay, introduce yourself so then I can ask you a question to guide the conversation.
Right. So as Trig said, my name is Kester Ose, or Kokonte Kester. I'm a communication architect and an analyst as well.
Okay. Thank you and thanks for joining us as always.
Yeah.
Kester, I don't want you to go straight to answering the question, because then once you do, we don't have anything else to discuss. I want us to stretch it well.
Right.
The general question is, when the one who everyone relies on is failing or is falling apart, not failing, it's falling apart, who do they turn to? I personally want to ask you, when you feel broken, tired, stressed, who do you go to, or who do you turn to?
Well, a typical Ghanaian will say, thank you so much for the question. Yes, but I mean, it's a serious conversation, and I feel like this is the right time or platform to have it. Oftentimes, as men, growing up, it's supposed to be the repository of all the issues, of all the wahala. Just say, bema die, itu
tua isi bema
bo. Into issues, stress, bibia, bema bo.
Yeah.
But for me, I would tend to my mom.
Okay.
Yes, my mom, and sometimes my wife as well. We have conversations, and there are times when you realize that you just want to speak, and your problem or your stress is half solved when you speak up, when you speak to somebody, when you just get it off your chest. But of course, the ultimate is God. All right, because God is the one who listens and, of course, doesn't judge. He listens to us with an open heart, and He's there for us whenever we're going through stuff. But as a man, of course, it's God and then my wife. So those are the people I speak to.
You mentioned your wife.
Yeah.
And I can't say anything about the answers you've given because those are from you.
Right.
Yes. I know a few people who say, I will never show my wife my vulnerable side. When I am vulnerable, I wouldn't want my wife to know. And I guess it's because they felt, or they have gone through some level of betrayal from their spouses or from their wives. Are you not afraid that could happen?
So it's funny.
Should you just open up to your wife because it's your wife, or you have to know the kind of person you're married to before you open up?
Well, certainly. I mean, this morning we were having a conversation with one of my friends on our way to work. And so I've been at a seminar or a workshop for the past 3 days. And there's something that comes with being there. So it's like a table allowance or sitting allowance type of thing. And I was talking to him about it, that, the first day I just gave the envelope to my wife, so, and he's like, hey, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to open up to your wife like that. And I'm like, see, definitely your wife is different from my wife. Yeah. But I have, like an open conversation with my wife where she knows my salary, she knows, every allowance that I get. And, that is the way it should be. But of course, if you're not with the right person, or you're with somebody who always wants to take because she knows what you're getting, then that's the problem. But it all starts from understanding who your partner is or who your wife is, and being able to share some even sensitive information with that person. So of course, if the grounding is not stable, if the grounding is not where you would have some of these conversations, obviously you can't speak to her. But we have conversation, or I have conversation with my wife, because we've established a certain level of understanding between each other, that we can have open conversations about finances, about relationships, about marriage, about childbearing, about everything in totality.
Because a friend of mine was sharing with me how he opens up often about his source of income, and rather on the contrary, his is not the case of, say, I earn so much, and I come and I say, this is how much I earn at the end of the month. His is more like, even if a friend of his gifts him money, he opens up about it. He goes to the wife and say, Charlie, and they Kesta mommy 10,000, or we have money today. I got it from Kesta, because according to him, he felt he needed to be open.
Yes.
And he didn't want to leave the woman in a place of thoughts where,
darkness of thoughts.
Yes, darkness of thoughts. Thank you. And she would just be wondering, where does this guy make the money from? And that turned out to be bad. The woman eventually felt like, you don't do much. Everything you bring, is not from hard work. It's people that are giving you. Because she felt like anytime this guy comes, so and so gave me this, so and so gave me this. So he said that moving forward, he will begin to lie. So he comes back and says, hey, today I went for a high-level board meeting.
Yeah.
And, they gave us some allowances. Or sometimes he will pick his phone and pretend that he's on the call discussing, some millions of CDs or thousands of dollars, and the next day he will show half of the money. So, men go through all of that.
Yeah.
And then we have ones that also will go to their family. Some women talk to their sisters or their mothers, tell them, my husband said this and that and that and that. And obviously they take an advice from their moms, and it will be from their mom's perspective. They see things differently. So by the time you, the man, anytime you visit the family, they're looking at you like, now, okay, you think we haven't seen your type before, or we don't know your level, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All these things get some men not to show their vulnerable side. In fact, this morning I was listening to a podcast on vulnerability, and the woman said something very powerful about being vulnerable. And she said she actually did an exercise where she spoke to each and everyone that works with her to find out what they actually think about her. And she did this with the high-level executives that she works with.
Okay.
Not the ones that will lie.
Right.
And they all said that you don't care about people. You only care about results. And went to her son. And the son is just 8 years old. And the son said, Mommy, you always want people to come. You always want us to come. But you are never there for us. You know, because she said she broke down and asked them, I want you to be genuine. I want you to tell me how you truly feel about me. You know, and this is what the boy said. So, I mean, nowadays, people don't want to just come across as they are weak, because people actually think that when you're vulnerable or when you show your vulnerable side, it means you are weak.
You're weak. But the truth of the matter is that we're humans. At the end of the day, we're humans. And we all have that side. Well, we're not superhumans. We have blood flowing through our vessels, our veins and whatever. You know, so it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. But of course, that should help you be a better person. That should help you understand that it's okay to fail. When we're growing up, you know, we have this poem also that says, try again. You know, even if you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
So some of these things come so you understand the life that you have, you know, the human being that you are. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to express vulnerability. But of course, that shouldn't define who you are. You understand?
Before we go for a break, Esther,
Yeah.
I want to quickly ask you, how can someone tell when a strong man is bent out?
Well, obviously, if you classify or you define somebody as strong, it's based on certain character traits. So you're used to, or you perceive him as strong, you see him as strong, and he acts strong. But there are times when definitely, even though he's coming off as strong, there are things that, you know, are a bit off, will be a bit off about the person. Because of course, you maybe he's not as open as he was or as he's supposed to be. He kind of shies away because, of course, if you're strong and, you know, you show bravado and all those things, you want to be seen. But this is where he kind of calls into his corner. Though he's trying to be as confident and everything as he seems, there's a bit of offness around him. It takes somebody who is very observant to notice, because of course he's going to try that extra or go that extra mile to cover his vulnerability, to also keep that level that he's always been, you know, keeping. You understand? So if you're very observant, you would know. And it's women who mostly are able to pick some of these things. Let me give you an example. In my office, of course, I'm the lead for the office, and I'm the bubbly, lively person. But every time I go off, I don't speak, or I'm just behind my laptop or something, they ask, what's wrong? So just like I gave you the example, you maintain a certain level of energy or some vibe, and if you're going off or you're not going according to what you expected to go according to, then they realize that there's something wrong with you. Then I'll say, oh, I'm okay, or there's something bothering me, and then you speak about it. So it depends on the people around you. If they're observant enough and you keep a certain level of activity, then when you go off that level, they know. They notice it.
I think we also have to bring to light the kind that rather do more or become louder when they have a burnout. A lot of choleric people are like that. They never want you to see that they are weak, and so you will see that they are angry about the results not happening. You will see that every little thing gets them agitated, and they would rather want to scream, like, why is it? They're always shouting. And that is also a signal that I think that is because I'm not choleric, but I think what I use as a coping mechanism is that I rather act more excited and I come out more bubbly when something is bothering me, because I don't like to be asked what is wrong. Yes, and I'm just like you. The only person I open up to maybe now, besides God, I talk to God pretty much about everything.
Yeah,
is my wife. And so when I am down, it is hard for you to tell. Like me, I can owe 1 billion and eat a big bowl of fufu.
Yeah.
When you see
that,
when you see that I'm chewing the meat the most, you should know that I have a problem. When you see that I'm over talking or I'm listening to me, I'm actually calm when everything is good for me. That's how I like calmness. I don't even like loud music. For a presenter and for a musician, I don't like loud music.
Loud music.
When you see I've turned the music on, I'm trying to dance, I'm trying to be all over the place, something is bothering me. And so often the people around me don't realize that I go through, and also I have learned to speak.
Yeah.
I have learned to speak.
Because it's okay to speak.
It's okay to speak.
Yeah.
I think the only things that bother me, things don't easily break me. If it is anything emotional or that maybe my friend has pissed me off, trust me, people don't believe it when I say that. The moment I turn around, it leaves my mind. And that is how I've trained my brain.
Yeah.
But the things that affect me are money related.
So you see, it goes back to what I mentioned, that it takes somebody who knows your pattern.
Yes.
To be able to identify that.
Great. Great. I think that's yes. So then let's leave it at that. If you have a partner, if you're a man, I think if you're a man, also learn your own patterns and teach the people around you, because sometimes you need them. I have a go-to person also, Paul. I mean, Paul is the one guy that will disappoint you any day, but he's also the one guy that will come through for you when you don't expect it. And so there are certain people I don't take for granted at all. And so, guys, you know what? I think we need to go for a track. And when we come back, I want us to switch the script a bit and talk about... I want to find out the difference between being resilient or simply suppressing your emotion. I also have a school of thought that I want to put across, where I feel like sometimes we worry about things that don't need to be worried about. We'll come back to that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is MENVERSATE on the 3FM Drive. We do this every Thursday evening. If you're a man, this is your corner. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. The beautiful music. I always say the best music lives from the past, but my Gen Zs are always arguing with me, so I leave them to wrestle with their own thoughts.
Ben Drive.
We definitely need someone to lean on. Everybody needs someone to lean on. I'm in the studio with Kesta. We're having MENVERSATE. And if this is your first time listening to us, this is the Men's Corner. This is where we have all conversations about men, their challenges, their good times as well. And so it's not like men trying to overtalk or whine and whine and whine. You just listen to Lean on Me, Bill Withers. Amazing tune. All right, Kesta, let me ask you this question. Like I said, I wanted to flip the script. A lot of men, well, from what I've heard or seen or observed, I see men run away from being tagged as weak, especially in the Western African culture. And so, don't you think is the reason it sometimes looks as if it's difficult to find someone to fall on? I also noticed when I went to stay in South Africa. When I was in South Africa, I moved around some other Southern African countries. And I noticed that in West Africa, let me just say Ghana, because Nigerians are not like that. In Ghana, a lot of people are afraid to say no. So a lot of men don't say no, and a lot of men lie. Well, when I say lie, it could be about anything. We actually have that tag on us. When you speak with some very open-minded Southern African girls, Eastern African, well, they think that we're timid, and then they think that we don't speak the truth. And so that's where I picked up my confidence. I mean, if you want to hang out or you need me to do something and I can't do, I'll politely tell you that I won't be able to make it. But not everybody has that courage. Why do you think so? And how can we overcome that?
Well, so I mean, it's more of a psychological thing, where from the young age, from the tender age, we're groomed to be able to do things, because if you're not able to do something, it means you're weak. And then we grew up with that psychological thinking, and also our ego. It kind of works on our ego as well. Whereas a man, imagine a lady asks you to help them with something and you're not able to do it. I mean, how would you even feel? Okay, so it kind of bruises your ego. So it's a psychological thing.
You don't think it's fear of rejection?
Well, all of that, because I mean, when your ego is bruised,
okay,
then, that is an adverse effect.
Have a point, yeah.
So it's a matter of psychology where you're groomed to think, of course, think like a man. You understand? And do everything like a man. So if you're not even able to do it, you're seen as weak, you're seen as incompetent and all that. But it's okay. You're not superhuman. You're not somebody who can do everything. It's okay to just, show vulnerability, as we've been talking about. Yes. If you can't do it, you can't do it. If you can't afford that lifestyle, you can't afford it.
Look, there are men who even refuse to rest. Not because I feel they're just trying to fill a gap. And so they like the idea of looking busy. And so they don't rest. They don't rest because look, let's not limit this to just men.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about men even at high level. CEOs, business executives, huge people who deal with money, huge investors, and all these people have people that look up to them. Some are even mentors. And especially in Ghana, when people pick you as a mentor, the moment you have a nice car and a nice house.
Yeah.
You know, so people are forced to look tough.
Yes, of course. I mean, even within the male fraternity, there are some men who look down upon other men because they haven't ascribed or they don't conform to the standard of being a man.
Yes.
You know, I think it's hegemonic masculinity or something like that. Where
Wait. Is it what?
Hegemonic masculinity.
Hegemonic masculinity. Okay.
Yes, hegemon.
Okay.
You understand? So, by Cornell, I'll check. I'll get the
Please check.
person who brought that.
You can't come and be quoting big English and you not check for us. But what he's saying is actually very, very true. Society has created this standard.
Yeah.
Where it's like everybody falls or comes under. It becomes like a yardstick where we measure people, especially men.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't drive a nice car and you don't, I wouldn't even talk about smelling good, because those ones, even if you don't have a car, you can smell good and dress well. But you don't have a car, you don't, and sometimes nowadays the ladies, they say it too. They say it.
Yeah.
They tell you they can't hang out with you because I know car wouldn't be now.
I have a friend who actually they were about to get married, but this lady had her own perception about the ideal man, you know, because he had just gotten a job and he wasn't having a car. And it's like, I mean, you don't have a car.
Yeah, you don't have a car.
Like,
how can you not have a car?
And you want a car?
No, I mean that is a thing. You see, God was teaching me toughness.
Yeah.
When, you know, my car went to the shop, and it's been in the shop for quite some time.
Shouts to what was the name of the red car, the first red car?
Oh, Joanna.
Joanna.
Shouts to Joanna. You see, I shouldn't have sold Joanna. Joanna was the best car. Joanna did a good job.
Yeah.
But when this other one came, I mean, she had to go.
Yeah.
But you know, guess that? I realized that friends or so-called friends would throw subtle jabs at you, you know, and for us who are celebrities, people will say things like, hey, Nanekawe. And you know, in Ghana, I always say, don't dream of being a celebrity if you don't have good if your mental health is not intact or you don't have strong mental capacity, don't try it. People sometimes say to you, na big man say unika. Na anauka. You know, and if you are not tough, I think what has helped me is church, or let me just say my relationship with God and my reading of scriptures. You know, it took me to a place where I understood that you can have it all one day and lose it all another day. So me, when I don't have, you won't see. When I have, you won't see. And I have not or ever been afraid of being vulnerable.
Right.
Because that is the beauty of a strong man. That is if strong men have beauty. But that is what makes you, no, it's true. Some people say things like, Charlie, today I don't want to go out. If I know the whole 1,000, I know if you go out. Hey, you want a whole 1,000 before you go out? No, we will go out any day. I think we need to paint that picture better so that standard will be raised. Because you have to get to the point where, with or without it, you intimidate people. Yeah, because I believe strongly that sometimes you need to build your personality before even other things come to you. Yeah. Because some people, when they have money, but when they dress, when they get to places, they still bounce them. They say, go back.
Go back.
Go back.
So yeah, let me give you the so it's hegemonic masculinity.
Hegemonic
Yeah.
masculinity.
So it's a concept in sociology and gender studies that describes the dominant cultural ideal of manhood in a particular society. It doesn't mean that most men actually fit this ideal. Rather, it's the version of masculinity that is most socially valued, and that tends to legitimize men's dominant position over women and over other less valued forms of masculinity. So what I was talking about. So it's a concept by R.W. Connell in the 1980s, as I mentioned. Connell.
So it means that then things like alpha males and all that come under this.
So you see, if a man has more, the female hormone is estrogen, right? And has so he exhibits.
The man has testosterone.
Yeah, so the man has testosterone naturally, but if they happen to have a little bit more or some level of estrogen in their system, that makes them act a bit feminine.
Okay.
Men don't see them as men.
Okay.
Because they exhibit some traits of a woman.
Okay, they do like that.
Yeah, you know. So
why are you laughing? Because it means that you are is that what? Hegemonic.
I'm exhibiting. No, I don't exhibit that.
Yeah, but
society...
I just sit like this and you are laughing. It means I can't do like this.
And then, as you're saying, men are seen in society as like they ascribe some certain status to men. Yeah. So if you're a man and you don't possess those characteristics or those traits, you're not seen as a man. So even within the men circles, you're seen as a less or as inferior. So that's the whole concept of hegemonic masculinity.
Wow. But Kessa, do you think all men... I'm asking this question based on like one size fits all. Should all men have a particular trait, look, financial status, or a certain level to be
called a man?
To be called a man.
So this is the thing. We've all been taught to be providers, to take care of the home, even again. In the family structure, if the firstborn is a girl and the second is the man is seen as the leader, as the one who would lead and all those things. I think it's across African societies. Yeah. So we've been indoctrinated to think like we're providers, we're supposed to be there to lead and all that. It's okay to turn to the new way of doing things. But naturally, I don't know how it would change. But of course, we have some conversations about equality. That's where I mentioned the egalitarian society where we're supposed to be seen as equal. Okay, equal rights, equal pay, equal all of that. So when that conversation gets to its peak, I'm sure that's when these roles will reverse or these roles will change and perceptions about the certain gender would be fluid. Where, I mean, a woman can lead. You know, a woman can provide for the home. It's happening. Yeah. But still, I feel, in my opinion, it's like, hey, the man, like, what's up? But it's okay for a man to be home and take care of the children, and the woman go be the breadwinner of the family. It's happening, but it's. I'm sure we're not there yet, where we kind of accept it as something that is supposed to be. Do you
think we will ever get there?
Well, since we're having conversations like this, where we're pushing for men to be vulnerable or to be okay to be vulnerable and speak up and all those things, I'm sure it will get there. Because especially with these Gen Zs and the new crop of breeds of human beings coming, you know, I'm sure.
Why
all
do you
these
sound
things,
like they're creating new things? But I mean, they're
open-minded.
You know, they're very open-minded.
Yeah, Generation Z are open-minded, and they don't conform to the status quo.
Yes.
So I'm certain that maybe with their generation, it's going to change, and the perception, you know, or the gender role will be fluid, where men can do, women can do as well.
I think it's because, I mean, they were born into a generation or a time of options, and their time was things were very exponential.
Yeah.
And so you see something today, tomorrow it's not there. A lot of Gen Zs don't even want to go to offices to work, you know, but they can still do the job at home.
Yeah.
Because that's the era they were born into. I'm imagining what will be the case of the Generation Alphas and the Betas.
Yes. Yes.
All right, if you just join us, this is MENVERSATE on the 3FM Drive. We're just about getting to the end of this conversation. even though we still have 15 more minutes. Guys, I would love to hear from you, but let me ask you this question. Have you ever felt like everyone depended on you while you had no one to lean on? Who do you call when life becomes overwhelming? Think about these things. Have you ever hidden your struggles because you didn't want to appear weak? And what's one thing you've done or wish someone had done that helped during a difficult season? I personally, but Kester,
Yeah.
let's talk about challenges in life. And this is subjective. What someone would call a challenge, some people would welcome it. They wouldn't. And what they would call a challenge, you might think they live in hell. When you go through so much in life, don't you think that also informs the way you think, the way your masculinity is presented? I think one of the things that happened to me is life almost took away my empathy. And so sometimes if you don't know me well, you might think I don't feel for people or I don't really care about people. But it's just life. Sometimes, even when people go through hard times, I am feeling for them, and the way I am reacting to that is I wish it will pass quickly. And sometimes it's not for me, it's for them. Like in my mind, Charlie, I know, say this person is going through this and that. I wish it would just pass. And sometimes I would distance myself from people who are too emotional. And a psychologist told me that I have a problem. He said I have a mental problem that I need to come for proper assessment and proper therapy. Kesa, do you agree that sometimes life's challenges can shape in the way you present your masculinity?
Certainly. I mean, forgive my biases with sociology and explaining social habits.
They're very important.
Yes. So this is a conversation of nature versus nurture. All right, where the society you're born into and how you grow. You know, so the nature becomes the society you're born into, the home you're born into, the family you're born into, and then nurture, the friends you meet, the circumstances you find yourself in, you know, experiences and all that. So these two build up your character, build up who you are.
You are.
So definitely, even twins, you know that they will be different. One will be so calm, one will be so all over the place and everything. So even them from the same home have different experiences, have different perceptions. So that determines how their thoughts are, imaginations, how they perceive things and all that. So that is definitely a factor in how you think and how you feel, because of course your experiences are different from mine and mine from yours.
Yeah.
So if you've gone through certain challenges, if you've gone through pain, if you've gone through sorrow, if you've gone through all that, you feel like, okay, I mean, I've been through worse, so this one, you shouldn't be overreacting and all those things. But of course, that is not the way to go. I was watching a video, like a podcast, and this guy, I've forgotten his name, was talking about the man in the hole, where he says there was this man in a hole and he was looking out, was calling for help. The first man comes and drops a paper and says, I'm a lawyer, when you get out, we'll sue the people who put you in the hole. The second one comes and says, he's something like, I'm a doctor, when you come out, I'll treat you for all the things for free. And then the third guy jumps into the hole and says, I have been in this hole before and I know how to get out, so I'll help you get out. You understand? So sometimes too, people haven't gone through the challenges that you've gone through.
That's true.
So they don't kind of understand.
That's true.
Sociology will also tell you that sociological imagination. Put yourself in people's shoes, okay? Maybe you see somebody who, especially, forgive me, the people who, the night workers, okay? You would think, but this woman,
why are you saying forgive me?
No, I mean, it's maybe not appropriate or something like that.
But they are the night workers.
Not night shift, 24 hour.
Yeah,
yes.
no, but they are in fact, they are the very
proper 24
hours people, yes.
Yes, so you would look at them with all filth and all disdain and everything, but you don't know what they're going through.
True.
Somebody caught for the first time going to steal, you don't know what they're going through. So you don't just judge them by the action that you've seen them in. Sociological imagination would tell you, put yourself in people's shoes. If you were there, you would have done worse. So don't be quick to judge or don't be quick to close people over some action that you've seen them in. All right. So definitely with what you said, it's nature versus nurture, and definitely your ideals, your what you believe in, your perception and everything will be different from other people. But I think we should still have some empathy for people, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through. Clear example. So I lost my mom. All right, and
may her soul rest in peace.
Certainly.
And my condolences, my brother.
Yes. Thank you. So I was in the office one day, and then somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, I heard about your news. You have to pay late comer dues."
Okay.
And she explains that she's lost both parents. So I was thinking, is it that you're like, oh, Mikra, there is just one person who's gone, or you're actually empathizing with me? I'm still kind of confused as why she said that. Okay, because maybe she went through a hard time when that happened.
Processing it.
But if you're telling me, well, maybe she was being, trying to lighten up the moment or something like that. But I just still don't understand why she said that.
But you yourself said sociological imagination. So imagine it for her.
You understand? So it's from diverse areas, diverse thoughts, diverse perceptions. But let's just be human and be able to speak up. And when they speak up, when a man is vulnerable, don't judge the man and say, now I didn't know. Just let them express themselves. So we need to move beyond that.
Thank you so much. We've got just about 8 minutes. I mean, yesterday I was reading a book called Aligning Decision Making. And I finished it yesterday. I got it yesterday. I finished it yesterday. And there's another one about adaptive leadership, navigating organizational changes here and there. And we're talking about empathy. And sometimes people confuse empathy with sympathy. So somebody can be empathetic about your situation, but they will not necessarily sympathize with you. It does not cancel out that the empathy was shown.
Yeah.
When I remember, I think I was at your mom's one week, and I think I spoke to you about not fighting with family. Because for me, I was told some of these things. I was lucky to have a very good support system when my mom passed. So that's the one thing I can lend to you. Because as it stands now, no matter what, it has happened.
Yes.
That's how some of us process things. And what you can't change is that you need to find money for the burial.
Certainly.
That you cannot change. No. You have to still do it. So you can't also change the fact that she's gone. So where do I support you? You understand?
Yes.
Scripture says we should mourn with those who are mourning. And mourning with you is me being able to support you. Come around, Charlie, bro, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything will be good. Some people like pity parties. So when they see that you are coming from they sit on the floor. Then they spread their legs.
Yes.
They start shouting, yay!
Hey.
Yeah. I can't teach anybody how to mourn.
Yeah.
Hey, did I say mourn? Mourn. I can't teach anybody how to mourn. But so you will see that I'll move away. And I'll wait and call you once a while. Charlie, how you manage things?
Yeah.
Have you sorted out this? Have you, maybe this is a little token, that kind of thing. We all can't be crying at the same time.
No.
How we go find money?
But the funny thing is, everybody seems to, well, in my situation, everybody seems to be focusing on the husband who's lost the wife, and not the son who's lost the mother.
Yeah.
Because everybody keeps saying, oh, check on your father. I mean, of course, it's going to be different for him because he's spent more time with the woman,
with her.
And now he's alone because, of course, I have my wife and everything. But everybody's grieving the way they can. So every time, like 90% of the time, when they come, you'll be strong.
Yeah.
Don't cry, be strong. Don't cry for your old man, be strong.
Yeah.
But I feel it's not the right way to approach things.
Yes.
You understand? And again, like a father who's just or a man whose wife has given birth, everybody's focusing on the mother and the baby, but not thinking about the father as well. Because, of course, you also play a part.
I think I said this to my boss once. Anytime she comes, like, how's the family? How's the baby? I'm like, you won't ask of me.
Yeah.
So what if one day you come to work and I don't come?
You understand? So
Yeah.
these are some of the other conversations which you also have and all that.
Thank you so much. I wish I could open the phone lines. We've got 5 minutes. I don't know if I can pick 2 calls.
You just call.
Producer, can I pick 2 calls? All right, I can pick 2 calls. 0559 242 717. This has been a very insightful conversation, a very in-depth conversation. If you don't have heart, you can't be part of this conversation. 0556 910 154 0559 242 717. 0559 242 717. Who do you talk to when you are broken? Who do you talk to when you are down? And I'm talking about the man who takes care of everyone. Some people will pose like, yeah, they take care of everyone, but yeah, you go see say nothing, they happen like that. I mean, look, I think that, yeah, because I said we were going to talk about not to worry about things. I want to advise that we shouldn't worry about things we can't control.
Certainly.
As people who stand for everybody. Because maybe I'm taking care of my family. My parents also come in, well, my mom is gone, but my dad. And then I have people that I work with.
Yeah.
I have learned to say no.
You can't do it all.
Yeah, I can't do it all.
No.
But that's the thing others cannot do. If you can master that courage, and look, sometimes I tell my dad, like, oh, boss man, today, dear, you know, go, Charlie. And then I tell him that, look, wait, when I will call you myself.
Yeah.
You know, and the last time he himself said, he said, Charlie, I didn't like the way they make hard for my top. You know, my dad speaks pidgin with me. You know, so sometimes people who seek help from you, they know it when they know you will always give them.
Yes.
Or you always be there. There are times when I'm sleeping and you call me, I know that you are coming to worry me. I won't mind you.
No. And this is to everyone listening out there. This level of entitlement some people have is crazy. You asked me for money, I gave you. Maybe you went to school together or we have some, you know, something common. You asked me for money and I gave you. And then, in fact, the first thing is, you think I have, so you can just ask.
But
fine.
You have.
And if I give, and then the next time you come back again and ask and I say I don't have, then you feel like I have been unfair to you.
Wow.
It's been going on so many times, and I feel like, you know, people should just stop it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kester. We've got just 2 minutes, so I don't think we can pick any phone calls now. But before we wrap up, I just want to ask you: do you want any song to be played for you? You have any favorite song?
Oh,
Kojentry, which Kojentry song? Which Kojentry song you want us to play?
And the one he Pray Anoa. Yeah.
Pray Anoa. It is Bre.
I was trying to slur it, you know.
But even him, when he was singing it, Bre Anoa, but it's Bre Anoa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Kojentry. This is actually Kojentry's biggest fan and manager and best friend.
Let me share some final words before.
Why are you cutting my flow?
Your cut.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I mean, this is to everyone. The strongest people are not those who never break. They are the ones who know when to reach out. For far too long, many men have been taught to carry every burden in silence. But strength isn't suffering alone. Strength is knowing that it's okay to ask for help. So tonight, as you've heard myself and Trig, check on the men in your life. Check on everybody. Just ask the question, how are you doing? Life is lighter when we carry it together. The name is Kester, Communication Architect. Thank you.
And, you know, those girls who are too know, please, when we come, understand us. We are under pressure. Let's listen to Kojentry's Bre Anoa, and I'll come back to wrap this up.